Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Catherine. How are you? Uh-oh, can I see the comments? Huh, let's see. I'm having trouble seeing comments today. And I tried something new. Huh. Oh, man. I just saw Catherine's, but I'm not sure why I'm not seeing the comments. Sorry for this technical difficulty. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Now there's a lag. Hmm. Catherine, can you hear and see me? Okay, I can see the comments now. Um, okay, I'm gonna try one more thing. Hopefully you won't be kicked out. One moment. Okay, how is it now? Can you hear and see me? Kim S, can you hear and see me? Yes. Okay, we're cooking now. I did something different and didn't think I would have any problems, but uh, yeah, I need to read the instructions again to see where I went wrong. Other than that, with the technical issues resolved, um, thank you for joining me today for Journal with Me, Wellness and Healing Practices. Hello, Kim S. Hello, Catherine Mohammed. Good to see you. Good to have you here. I appreciate you for assisting me in the problems that are no more. Welcome to Journal with Me. I'm Kathy Hampton of Wellside Retreats, Wellness and Healing Practices. And today is our Journal with Me session this Tuesday, November 19th, 2024. And if you are seeing this in the future on replay, welcome. Thank you for joining us today to journal in community with me and with other sister journalers. I appreciate you for taking the time for yourself and coming to help inspire yourself as well as others as you touch and agree in community with one another. So this is definitely a good day, just because we have seen the sun rise and have an abundance uh, of things that we can do, see, explore, navigate through, and make it uh, make it a great day. Yeah. So, um, thank you, Catherine, again, and Kim S. Sabani, greetings to you. Glad that you were able to make it today, as you do most days. I appreciate your presence here, Abba. I also appreciate you being here, and um, welcoming all the other sister journalers. As you say, greetings to everyone. Thank you for coming through. Um, so um, today I have, because of the time difference, I've been up and out this morning. I went to my favorite, one of my favorite coffee shops, and actually did some journaling and writing there. And Yeah, had a good sit for about an hour and a half, and watched people walk by, watch the dogs go by, the pets, uh, and was able to speak with the shop owner, who has a fondness for all things antiques. So in her coffee shop, she also sells novelty items and antique things. And I did make a purchase today, and of just ceramics. But she loves Frida Kahlo, and so she has tons of pictures, which are not for sale, of Frida Kahlo along her wall. So it was a good morning. And yeah, I just wanted to ask if you all have a favorite spot. You have a favorite place you like to go and spend time, um, in by yourself or with others, with friends, and because it really it can set the tone for the day, or the evening, or it can set a positive mood for you, if you do have that place, someplace that's calming, peaceful. Yeah, that's yours. That is your favorite place. I have really two spots, and um, uh, one is for like eating lunch, and the other one is for grabbing a cup of coffee and being in the environment. And so, and they make me happy. When by the time I leave, I'm smiling. I'm feeling, I don't know, a sense of not urgency, energy, energy, and it feels good. So if you have a favorite spot, cherish it. Cherish the time that you get to spend there. And your spot could be right in your house, believe it or not. Um, I have a favorite side of my new sofa that I like to sit on. And yeah, it's very comforting with a couple of pillows behind me. But when I go out, I do have two places that I like to go. So I hope, I wanted to start out with that. I have a lot of other things kind of rolling into my head about reflection today of an earlier writing experience that I had. But we'll go into that later. Let's get started and let's check in with ourselves today. You check in with yourself. I will say that I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling good because I feel a sense of encouragement, a sense of um, belonging. Yeah, that came out. That's interesting. Belonging, community, um, whether it be here in this place or home being United States. I feel a sense of well-being. Yeah, that's how I woke up this morning, and I had a great yesterday. Um, Meeting up with a traveler. And so we had an enjoyable time, I will say. So, yeah, what about you? What about you all? How are you feeling today? And for those who, who have not seen Journal with Me, we check in with ourselves to determine how we're doing, being self-aware of how our body, mind, and spirit is. I will say that my shoulders are a little tight, and I realize that looking down at your phone too much or reading a lot, even writing a lot, can cause a lot of pain across the shoulders. That's the only reason why I believe this muscle tightness is. So I've been trying to rectify that by stretching. And I have started going to a Tibetan yoga class where we use breath along with what I would call calisthenics, but same principles of yoga, which is the practice of moving your body or doing something continuously. So um, I ended up doing that to help my shoulder. So check in with yourself, see how your body, mind, spirit is, and you can take a note of that. You can, open your journal up, take a mental note, but then ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Whether it be your emotions, may it be your body, inside yourself, your spirit, your mood. Um, what is on your heart, so to speak, right? Um, so so for those who are new and just hearing the words, what is checking in? What was she talking about? I'm talking about being aware of how you are doing within yourself, and making a note of that, because if you have dated your journal, you might find that if you go back, which we will talk about today, um, go back and see, on this day I was feeling this way, the next day I was feeling this way, and the next day you see maybe a pattern, and if it's a great pattern that you're seeing, that you're feeling upbeat, energetic, hopeful, content, peaceful, a-okay. But if you're stuck in one zone, that's okay. But when do you see the pattern that you uh, have made a change, or are you stuck in the same pattern? Even if the pattern is peaceful and joyful and happy, what is that telling you? This pattern, what is the data saying? We know about data, right? Our world is full of data points and algorithms and things of a technical nature, but the heartfelt reading of yourself, what is it telling you over an extended period of time? Yeah. So Catherine says that my favorite morning spot is my breakfast room. It is calm and I am usually alone, peaceful. Awesome. I like that. A breakfast room, Catherine. Very cool. I love that. I love that. Here in Detroit, Abba says, is the river walk. Ooh, the water is so hypnotic. It's easy to think and meditate. In Mexico City, the flower market. Oh, acres and acres of fresh flowers. It's very calming. That's awesome, Abba. Very good. I have family in Detroit and I never been to the river walk. Never have been. That's awesome. and it's easy to think and meditate. In Mexico, I've been to the flower market. It is amazing. I was just like, just awe. My mouth would not close, and my eyes went all over the place to see all of the beautiful flowers. Some I had never ever seen before. Love it. Love it. That's wonderful. Favorite spots. Yeah. If you have one, and hold on to them. Hold on to those places, how they make you feel, right? Even if you're away from them, what makes you want to go back, right? What is it that makes you want to go back to those favorite spots? Yeah. So if you've checked in with yourself, you've made a note or some documentation somehow of how you're doing today, let's open ourselves up through the practice of some cleansing breaths and cleansing cleansing of the vagus nerve or nervous system. When you take these breaths, these breaths, you're cleaning off some kind of the gook that's held up inside of you, right? And it's a release of that stuff that you don't want to carry around with you. It really is. Um, and you get into the practice of exhaling, to inhaling, then exhaling, and making it kind of squeezing that air out of you, that stuff out of you. It tends to calm you. It's a natural calming practice. Doing breath work. Some breath work helps you to kind of be energized. You feel like this energy rushing through you afterwards, and you feel some of it allows you to calm yourself down. So let's try that. Let's try that. If you're new, take your time and do things at your own pace. When doing the breathing, we don't want you to hyperventilate or hold your breath too long. In fact, holding your breath for too long, like walking around and holding your breath, like holding your breath, can cause some other problems. And that means, and if you're not aware of it, then that's really problematic. And through my PhD, my Doctor of Experience degree, I can say that I have had a problem with breathing, not exhaling, right? Right, not holding the breath. Now, or the other words, not allowing my breath to circulate more, and it actually causes some lower energy, and yeah, sometimes you don't know why certain things start happening to you. You're tired, and don't know it. So that's a whole nother talk. But right now, let's get ready to get comfortable in our seat. If you're laying down, good for you. Lay down in your bed. Make sure that you are fully laid out. Your hands, your arms out with your hands up. And if you're sitting down, make sure that your sits bones are on the seat, your back, you're not laying on your back, and your feet are grounded, right? And if you're laying down, you want to make sure that your hips are actually grounded, and your shoulders are back up on the surface of the bed or wherever you're laying. If you're on the floor, on a mat, that can happen also. So just get comfortable. Make sure you're not rigid. You want to be able to sway. Sometimes I sway when I looked at a video the other day, and I was swaying. I was moving as I spoke. You can do that while you are in meditation or through this breathing. So let's close our eyes or lower your gaze. That means looking down at the floor. Shoulders kind of back. You don't want to be slouching over. I close my eyes, looking inward. If you're not comfortable doing that, then that's not a problem. You need to be comfortable with yourself. You can place one hand on your chest. You feel the rise and fall of your chest, the movement of your body's organs, internal organs, your lungs, allowing that motion to happen, your abdomen also in concert with your lungs, your diaphragm. It's amazing we use all these organs daily and don't even think about it. Isn't that a blessing? Our nose, our throat, to be able to exhale and sigh and give relief, release, right? Get in tune with your natural pattern of breathing right now. Mine feels like a wave. Where I exhale and I inhale, and it just seems like a wave to me. We'll be inhaling through the nose and holding it for 2 seconds at the top. Then we're going to exhale through our mouth with a sigh or sound coming out of our throats because we're trying to squeeze all that air out. Okay. All right. We'll be doing this 3 times. So our first, inhaling through the nose. Let's learn our second round, inhaling through the nose. And our third round, final round of inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. Coming back to our natural breath. You might want to clear your throat. Be sure you return to your natural breathing pattern without holding your breath. When you inhale, naturally, your diaphragm should be kind of like a balloon, so it's opening up wider, wider. When you exhale, your belly button, your navel should be going backwards, squeezing, squeezing, squeezing to get that air out. And that's what happens naturally throughout the course of the day and night as you breathe. And the lungs expand and do their thing, and that is life. Our heart is beating, kind of going, everything's in concert, everything's working. And that's when I say, thank you. I'm grateful. Okay. Now opening your eyes, raising your gaze, looking around the room. The eyes might be fluttering into the light, right? Yeah. Okay. I hope that you are feeling good and open to being able to participate in journaling, whether you want to pray this during this 15-minute session, continue meditation. If you are walking or you are listening to this on your phone and able to put your earbuds in and walk around and meditate, that's great too. Not all of us can sit together and be still, right, watching a screen. And we have different modes of being able to be in touch with one another. Yeah. So, and with ourselves, right? Because this is all about the self in community, but with ourselves, right? So we're going to start. I'm going to set the timer, insight timer, which is two sound bowls that we use. And we use the OMBU sound bowl. You'll hear it twice initially, and then 15 minutes later, you will hear the Sakya sound bowl at the end of the 15 minutes. And then I will gently speak to you, hopefully not disturbing you too much, using a softer voice to get us back to our reflection afterwards. So let's get started with our 15 minutes. I wish you well during your wellness practice. Okay. 15-minute session has come to a close. At least the Sakya bowl has let us know that. If you'd like to continue with your meditation, your journaling, your meditative walk, if you're out and about, keep on going. We are here. We can be in the background. You can mute us or mute me, um, or engage in the comments with anything you'd like to share or reflect upon. I want to say hello to my friend Glass Half Full. Good seeing you. It's been a while. I'm so glad to see you, and I know it's been a while because you are on. You are on the other side of the globe from me now. But it's so good to see you here. Oh, my sabbatical life. Dr. Crystal has joined us. Welcome back home, uh, Dr. Dr. Crystal. You're home in Atlanta. I'm glad you made it there safely and you're feeling good. Good, great. Honestly, not happy to be back in Georgia. We'll be here till March, which feels like a life sentence. Oh, so sorry you feel that way. Working through the feelings though, and I've been journaling a lot. Yes, I've been keeping up with you, Dr. Crystal. I'm glad you made it home safely and you've had a great journey abroad. And I know probably reeling from that whole experience in a good way. That's great. Um, Thanks for joining us, Dr. Crystal. Kathy, it's so wonderful to have caught you live. What a great way to start my early morning. Glad to have you. As I said, good to see you here. And Sunny L, good to see you. You're also these Pacific coasters, man. You guys are up early. I'm so happy that you are here. I guess starting your practice early and moving and easing into the day, whatever that practice is. And I'm glad it's journaling. If you're journaling or meditating, praying, all of it, you can do all of that as part of your routine, your way to start the day and inspire yourself, get closer to yourself, right? Good to have you here. So my reflections today, I was telling you I was out and already had been writing in my journal, and I continued that, but I wanted to share um, with you that, I was basically taking account of myself, um, and really being in touch with um, all all things that I've been feeling off and on since moving to Portugal. Um, you know, quite honestly, which uh, I am trying to be most times, and I think I am. Honestly, is that settling into anything new and different is exciting. It's fulfilling, but it can also be a little daunting. And I say anything new, um, and especially as we mature, because we are also we are set into routines that um, we've been doing, for a long time. And sometimes it's hard to emotionally detach from those old practices that we have been in. And even not even practices, but just living day to day. We have certain days we go to the grocery store. Certain days we wash clothes. Certain days that we, go to work, or we work all the time. Certain days that we worship, or uh, try to instill some self care. We do all these things. And when there is a change in those routines, um, especially in a different culture, in a different place, um, we have to get accustomed to that. And we have to get accustomed to other people, right? Because we don't live in this world by ourselves. So you have to get accustomed to other people. You have to get used to different language, tones, um, reactions from others, that body language. I notice here where I am, body language is very much a part of communications. We know that within different cultures, people speak differently with their bodies. And here, um, and have a different tone some in their voices. Women actually have all, to me, um, I'm hearing a higher pitch in the voice. With men, you hear a lot of bass in the voice. It's it doesn't seem natural to me, but that's how they talk. They talk with this, and the hands are up, and they and very much a lot of hand gestures as they speak. And as we call it, my mother says, you speak with your hands. I am one actually who speaks with her hands, but not like the people who speak with their hands here. It's a different. So I'm looking at hands, at facial features, the way the face. I observe so much, and it can be daunting. It can be exhausting, actually, and to them, it could be exhausting trying to communicate in English. Um, and you have to kind of be ready for whatever comes your way, because you don't know. This My comments right now are based on experience from yesterday, um, and how it was a great day, but all of that um, was going on in my mind about where how far I've come, where how far on this path um, I what growth I've made, um, and yeah, where that is taking me. It's I've noticed, and I wrote these notes. I've noticed the patterns that over this year up until now, my patterns. I've noticed and kept in mind the roadblocks that I've had, the self care that I've done or taken measures of self care, um, the emotions, my humanity and vulnerabilities. Also notice, the stillness, when I want to be still, and how I've allowed myself to be still, right? And I've learned how much clarity and awareness um, I've experienced since during this year, um, and since I've made a big change in my life. As my insurance lady who I spoke to last week says, you're in reinvention. You're going through a reinvention. You're reinventing yourself. yeah, I talked with the insurance lady, and she was surprised that I, in reviewing my insurance coverage for my apartment here. Um, she wanted to know all about my move to Portugal, and she says, "You are reinventing yourself. How exciting!" Because I've been with this particular company for over 30 years, and so they can look at my records and see where I've lived, how I've lived, family members. So she's like, "Wow, you're reinventing yourself." So I thought that was interesting. Yes. So how are you reinventing yourself? What have you become aware of through your wellness and healing practices, through your documentation of journaling or praying or through meditation? What has changed? Because it's inevitable that we change. What has changed? And you don't have to, you can share if you'd like, or you can write this down. You can think about your changes, your patterns. And the reason why I think this came up for me really is because I'm writing. I'm writing one memoir that is um, just the memoir itself, but I'm also writing a memoir and short story. And so I've had to, you know, recall these things, and it's amazing to me, how much has changed. So, if you have time to think about it, um, or write it down as to your inventory of change, um, any transformation, any roadblocks, your humanity, your humanity, how you are human, right? How you're vulnerable, um, how you have changed with respect to uh, with others, you know, relationships or just people, what has changed, and that change is growth, or have the roadblocks kept you in place and you haven't moved, and why haven't you moved, or why haven't you moved around the roadblock, or you know stepped over or leaped over a problem uh, that you're having or have had. What's going on in your on your path, on your journey? Because I visually see this, like this path, this movement. You walking, and the the timeline, so to speak, or here the signs, like the sign directing me to, or me going another way to try to get to back on the jug handle, trying to get me back on the way. um, I really see that when I'm thinking about my journey. So those were the reflections that I had um, today when I was at my favorite spot, that I believe inspires me to be very um, introspective, or reflective. I'm reflecting on, yeah. Um, let's see. Hey, Tracy Reed, how are you? Good to see you. Uh, Dr. Crystal, you're welcome that I kept the journaling ritual open for you all. You missed the community. Well, we missed you. Good to see you back. Yeah. Um, and also add, I felt that in Spain, my Spanish is good, but not good enough to understand fully in conversations. Yeah. My brain was exhausted after a day interacting within my new friends and hosts. Yes. My daughter, who is a good language person, she picks up language really well. But if she hasn't been practicing or allowing, being in, she lives in a community of many different nationalities and immigrants, and a lot of them are Spanish speaking. And she's actually had to go into, when she goes shopping, sometimes the say the butcher in the grocery store will ask her to interpret for him. And so she goes back, and she said that's the most exhausting exercise for her if she hasn't been practicing her Spanish or using it. Yeah, it tires you. I understand completely. But it's like an exercise, and when you keep on doing it, you become so immersed that that you do you're not as tired, right? But it is, your brain is exhausted. It, um, I learn new words every day. I ask people to tell me what I don't know, and they appreciate that. um, yeah, no matter where I go, if I don't know the words, I ask them to tell me the word for what I want, or a phrase. They're patient, unless they can't be patient. If there's like a line or something, they can't be in the grocery store. If I don't know, but I do know, like through transaction at the grocery store, they ask you if I want to. Ask me if I want a bag. I know that phrase, but not even the phrase. I know the word as part of the phrase. And that word is saco. Saco. Do you want a sack? Do you want a bag? And I already know that phrase, and I say no. I bring my bag. So a lot of people carry their groceries out because they don't want to pay for a bag, but and didn't bring one. But I bring my bag. So I show them. I say no, obrigada, you know, or sim, por favor, yes please, I'll take a bag. So got that down. So I'm not exhausted anymore when I go to the grocery store. And I know when they want to know if I have my financial number, and I know it, and I say it to them in with my Portuguese numbers, but I don't know my 2-digit numbers very well. So it's all good. It really is. And they're so pleased that I know my numbers in Portuguese, which actually sound very much like Spanish, but um, until you get to the double digits, it's all good. Um, and I tell myself that I give myself a pat on the back. I am learning Portuguese. Every day is a word. I learned what hand is, what my fingers are, what a light bulb is called. Sometimes my pronunciation may not be right. I may not have the syllables just quite right, or the X, the syllable with the accent on it. But I'm working. My massage therapist, yoga teacher is also helping me. Sometimes she gets even tired. So it's all good. It's all good. But that's growth. Every day I can say I'm growing because I try to put it to memory, But there's a lot to memorize. It really is. It really is. Even, you know, some things are called different things in different languages or um, different countries. They call different things. They're like, we don't have a word for that, or our word is this. It's totally something that you've never heard of before. So it's all good. Yes, context clues are everything, Ava. Actually, very, very much so. That is, yes, context clues are everything. Yes, it's all about what's going on, right? In context. So, but if you have a moment, I'm gonna ask, that you take the time to check in on a host of things for yourself to see how you're growing. Um, it's just an exercise that you can or don't have to do. You can do it, don't have to do. Um, it makes things clearer for yourself and being honest with yourself. I think today the hardest thing for me to do was to write about something that I don't like that I haven't done well. Not that I haven't done anything about it. I'll just share. It's just my consistency. Um, I haven't been consistent with um, with my I would say my writing, but also my delivery of my new career. Because I'm getting used to it. I'm doing too many things at one time. Not That's an excuse. I'm doing several things at one time, and it's challenging. So, and it hasn't been consistent. Um, and I'm on a totally different. I'm living life differently, and to say that to myself, I wasn't putting myself down, but I was just being honest with myself about how I need to make a change so that I am consistent, holding myself accountable because I want to accomplish certain things. And if I don't touch it to do it, then it won't happen, right? Got to You got to touch this thing, right? These things. That means you have to feel it and do it. Got to got to take the action. And I I've done some of it, but no way nowhere where I want to be. So being just honest, not criticizing myself, giving myself grace. I am giving myself grace, but knowing what it's like. It's like we tell ourselves not to worry, right? Not to worry. We shouldn't worry. Worrying is, but sometimes you fall back into a pattern of worry. It's difficult sometimes. It's like this vicious cycle, right? Because a lot of times we are accustomed to that. You know, breaking the cycle. I've done a really good job of not worrying. Sometimes you fall back into a pattern somehow, and it's usually external circumstances that make you get back into that pattern. I know that this earlier this month, this November, 6th day of 2024, got people back into that cycle. And I keep hearing about, things. I've had to make a change in cutting off news. I'm back to no news. If you tell me, I appreciate that, but I'm not going and seeking it out for myself because I don't want to be in that cycle again. I have a lot of friends who are in the States, and depending on what state they're in, they, including family members who are back in that worry mode. And it's energy that doesn't need to happen, because if you're a community, or millions and millions of people in worry, instead of moving forward, trying to take actions just in their individual lives that may have a great effect, positive effect on them moving through what they might be worried about. I don't have all the answers. I just believe that worry is not going to necessarily help unless you take some action so that you don't worry, if that is a thing. I don't know. um, yeah. So we are going to be meeting up on this Thursday, um, with our affirmation Thursday. I welcome you to come back, spend time in community. But I also would like to let you know that if you are on my email list today and have received email from me in the past, that you can expect to have from me a newsletter today. And I'm holding myself accountable by telling you you're going to have that. And I'm being honest with myself. And um, that newsletter will have a lot of stuff in it, and including all a kind of reintroduction of myself, where I am now and what I'm doing for anyone who doesn't know, and things that I'm offering coming up in the next before the end of the year, and then into the beginning of the year. So I want you to look forward to that. And yeah, I'm excited about moving forward on the things that I'm touching and doing, and want you to be inspired to um, keep moving, taking action in your lives from whatever you want, you desire, and putting your humanity out there for yourself, and being honest with yourself about how you're doing, how you're feeling as well. Uh, Allowing yourself to be emotional, to have that vulnerability, um, and it allows us to be closer to ourselves. Really does. Catherine says, yes, I believe we have to have a counteraction reaction. Yes, I've had some evidence that this works. Be kind to yourself and to others. It works. Absolutely. Be kind to yourself and to others. Yes, Catherine. Thank you for that. Yes, counteracting what's out in the atmosphere, right? And yeah, moving forward. Thank you for sharing that, Catherine. I appreciate you. So I'm going to wish you all well until we meet again on Thursday. Please affirm yourself, patting yourself on the back, celebrating yourselves, um, celebrating how far you've come. Um, and no matter if you've come far and stayed in place, but you've come far, because we all have. We've weathered many storms. We've weathered many changes, many changes. We are still here. Our lungs are expanding. Our heart is beating. right? Our diaphragm is blowing up like a balloon, and then it, decreases in size as we exhale. We are living and caring for ourselves. So, and we're grateful. We are grateful for that. I know that I am, and I'm pretty sure you are too. If you sit still and think about what you have and what you don't have that you're grateful for, you'll be energized by that practice of gratitude. Um, so, yeah, if you're seeing this for the very first time on the replay, do me a favor. If this is something that you like, give me a thumbs up. And especially if you're watching through YouTube, because I'm showing this through Facebook and YouTube. So help the channel, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. You'll be made aware of videos that are uploaded as well as this live stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays. In the description box, you'll see a little summary of today's um, live stream video, but you also see how we can work together in coaching relationship. If you're interested in coaching, we first find out if we can work together. As a transformational life coach, I help women move away from what's no longer serving them and help them move toward a place of peace and happiness and fulfillment, helping them get unstuck, finding the direction that they might need to take, providing resources and holding them accountable, but also um, allowing or not allowing, helping them hold themselves accountable. um, so if that's something that you're interested in, you'll find the link to that page for a clarity call. And also in the description, if you're interested in subscribing to my Substack account, I'd appreciate that. I appreciate those who have subscribed thus far. I will be writing more, and you'll be able to read my posts as they come out. And also, there is let's see, Substack, Clarity Call, and Buy Me a Coffee. Actually, yesterday I had a cappuccino at the train station. Sat at the little coffee bar and looked at the menu and found the drink that I've been looking for, called the bonbon. And it is coffee with condensed milk, makes it really sweet. And that's similar to a Vietnamese coffee drink. Um, really good, where all that condensed milk is at the bottom and then the coffee's at the top, vice versa. Very cool. So next time I go, I'll ask you all to buy me a bonbon, a coffee, a coffee drink. That's in there. The link is in there to buy me a coffee, also in the description. And that goes to helping me support the channel. Really, there are expenses associated with the channel, and I appreciate your help in me being able to increase the number of subscribers and get better at YouTubing. I appreciate you. So I hope you have a great day. And yeah, thank you, Kim. Thank you. Thank you all for showing up for journaling with me and journaling for you. This practice of wellness and healing um, will will be continuing. Yeah, grateful for you, Abba. Thank you, and hope to see you on Thursday as well. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you. Please know that you can always catch the replay. And I appreciate you leaving a comment if you do. Let's just say I watched the replay. That would be wonderful. So good to see you, glass half full. I really am. I hope you are doing well. Um, and yeah, we'll be in touch. We will be in touch. Take care. Have a great day. And I'll see you on Thursday. And you'll receive an email from me today. Take care. Bye bye.